Queen's College. Standing on our stage are 50 girls, 50 young ladies who came from all 10 houses and they represent all levels. I hope you're hearing me. So we have girls from grade 7 all the way to grade 13. Those in the kimonos you're seeing at the back, we have our girls in the keiki skirts, and the girls in the black skirts are our prefects. And so I would ask you again to give them a round of applause because they've shown us what girls can do. Young ladies, you may dismount the stage. Well done. All right. We are now going to invite 3 students from the various religious societies to lead us in a word of prayer. So I'm going to ask you to remain standing. Anushka Singh will lead us with a Hindu prayer, followed by Rahid Khan for the Muslim prayer, and Shaquan Fullerton for the Christian prayer. Anushka?
Please close your eyes. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bunatu Sahaveryam Karvavahe Tejasvina Vadittamastu Mavid Vishavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Translation: Together may we be protected, together may we be nourished, together may we work with great energy. May our journey together be brilliant and effective. May there be no bad feelings between us. Let there be peace, peace, peace.
Good morning, everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. Translation: In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praises are to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us onto the straight path, the path of those who whom you favor, not the path of those who earn your anger, not the path of those who go astray.
Heavenly Father, today we come before your throne of grace, thanking you for 50 years of girls at Queen's College with excellence. And Father, today we pray that the girls of Queen's College will continue to excel and may they continue to fly high. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, students. Let us repeat our national pledge. I pledge myself to honor always the flag of Kenya and to be loyal to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Kenya, to love my fellow citizens, and to dedicate my energies towards the happiness and prosperity of Kenya. Please remain standing as we sing the first and last stanza of our national anthem. Alexander. Let us sing of rivers and plains, marriage and washed by the between mountains and seas. Salute you, dear land of the free, dear land of Guyana, to you will we give our homage, our service, that we live. God guard you, great mother, and make us to be more worthy our heritage, land of the free. Thank you. Please be seated. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Priya Devi Manikchand, representatives from the Ministry of Education, representatives from the Department of Education, the director of our school board secretariat, members of the Queen's College Board of Governors, members of the executive body of the Queen's College Parent Teachers Association, the president of the Queen's College All Students Association and other executive members, students, parents, teachers, and special invitees. Good morning to you all. It gives me great pleasure this morning to welcome you to a truly special occasion, one that honors and celebrates 50 remarkable years of female presence and achievement at Queen's College. In 1975, a courageous group of girls stepped out of the comfort of the Bishop's High School and into a new chapter of their lives here at Queen's College. Some of those very young ladies are with us today, and we are deeply honored by their presence. Over the course of this morning, and indeed throughout the next few days, you will hear their stories. You will learn about their experiences, their challenges, and of course, how they were perceived by their male counterparts when they first entered Queen's College. But beyond that, you will come to appreciate the extraordinary contributions these women have made, both here in Guyana and abroad or across the world. In every field imaginable, education, medicine, politics, law, agriculture, business, fashion, engineering, pageantry, and many more, our QC women have made their mark. They entered a space long dominated by men, faced countless challenges, and yet they persevered. They conquered, they excelled. And today, they continue to break barriers, taking up roles once believed to be only for men, and are performing with excellence, grace, and confidence. Their stories remind us that as women, rise, all barriers fall, and the world changes for the better. Margaret Thatcher said, "If you want something said, ask a man. But if you want something done, ask a woman." And so this morning, it is my privilege to invite one such outstanding young lady to lead us through this morning's proceedings. She's a proud daughter of Queen's College, a Weston House alumna who began her journey here in 2010, excelling both in academics and in badminton. After graduating in 2015, she proudly represented our nation on the world stage as Miss World Guyana, competing in the Miss World Finals in China. Today, she continues to give back as a badminton coach at the secondary school level and serves as a project coordinator at the Guyana Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She is also currently pursuing a master's degree in international relations and project management. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chairwoman for this morning, Ms. Ambika Ramraj.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Cave. A very warm welcome and kind introduction. All protocols having been established. A very good morning to everyone.
This is giving us the issue. The feedback is too bad.
Of Queen's College. The last time I stood here was about 10 years ago, cloaked in my black and gold gown, graduating from 5th form. It feels surreal to be back, this time not as a student, but as the MC for a program honoring the very women who paved the way for my own academic journey at Queen's College. Today we celebrate not just a number, but a legacy of excellence, empowerment, and evolution. So thank you, Ms. Cave, for starting today's program off for us so beautifully. Wonderful march past. It did bring back some memories for myself, marching on the field in the hot sun every September that I was here. And for me, shouting to the students so that they know what to do during their march past. So thank you again, Ms. Cave. Now, to continue on to the program, I would like to invite to the podium someone whose leadership continues to guide Queen's College into the future. Mrs. Donna Lewis Isles has always had a passion and dedication for the upbringing and education of children, a passion only outshone by her love of God. She began her teaching career at Bartica Secondary School, and through dedication and commitment, spanning over 30 years in education, she has risen through, now serving college. Her nurturing spirit is not seen only in her professional life, but also in her care for her family and as a Sunday school superintendent at her church. Kindness and ready smile embody the heart of Queen's College. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the principal of Queen's College, Mrs. Donna Lewis Isles.
For your warm introduction. All protocol being established, I want to acknowledge the presence of our past head teachers who took time out to be with us today, and our minister and my dear friend now, Ms. Manny Chan. To all of you, I want to say welcome to this special occasion. Even as I reflect on 50 years of girls, I must say it had to be in God, because when the vision was realized, I was born. And so 50 years ago, my mother gave birth to Donna Lewis right on the St. John Road. Then we grew up in Bartico. And so I'm here today standing as your principal. And so that has to be ordained. That has to be special. But reflecting on 50 years of girls, and I had a conversation with some of the boys from 75 and some of the challenges that they would have had having to change and having the distractions. They said the girls were really a distraction. And so dealing with the distraction and focusing on their academic at the same time, indeed that was a challenge. And so the admission of girls in 1975 was really a shift. Once an all-male institution, now at first, present of girls. Girls on the corridor, girls heading to the washrooms. And so having the boys there, some of them said, this was a new dynamic for us. Nevertheless, as the changes unfold and the reality kicks in, the competition starts because the girls were leading. And so pushing with both genders, it really raised the academic bar, and the extracurricular activity had a new standard. From distraction to determination. Initially, the reflection in 1975 was really a mixed one. Some boys reportedly struggled to adjust, viewing girls as intruders or distractors to the academic sanctions. But the girls quickly proven that they were equal and they were going nowhere. And so the challenges came when the girls started to excel over the boys. And so the boys said, this is not happening. And so because of that, we can see that the girls In some cases, I would want to say, because we are focusing on the 50 years of girls, we have so many girls who are leading in our own country. And so, just to name a few, I look at the outstanding girls who are now ministers. So, we have our very own Minister of Human Services, Dr. Vindhya Prasad. We have now Minister of Local Government, our own Priya Manichan. We have Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Onage Waldron. We have our current president of our PTA, Ms. Natasha Ned. And leading, as always, former president of UCOSA and current board member, Ms. Pauline Chase. Other board members, Ms. Mandisa Breedy, Crystalline Chung, Michelle Singh Simpson, our current teacher, Ms. Edwards, and so Queens College, today I stand as a testament to show how inclusivity never, and I'm saying this with emphasis, we started 50 years ago, but look at where we are today, and look at where we are going. Our girls are here to stay, and our girls are really up for the challenge. And they are making a difference here, not only in our school, but in our country at large. And so with that, I want to say thank you so much as we celebrate 50 years of our girls.
Thank you, Ms. Isles, for those heartfelt remarks and for recognizing the women here today who continue the legacy of our Queens College girls' excellence. Now, at Queens College, we take great pride in not only our academic excellence, but also in nurturing the creative and artistic talents that make our students well-rounded individuals. Up next, I would like to invite the Queens College Choir to perform a musical tribute. A performance that reminds us that QC's harmony goes beyond the classroom. Please enjoy.
a shield here. Wait. Testing 1, 2. Another day is gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be that you're not here with me? You never said goodbye. Someone tell me why did you have to go and leave my world so cold? Every day I sit and ask myself, where did I go? Something went my ear and say that you were not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. But you were not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. But you were not alone. Just the other night, I thought I heard you cry, asking me to come and hold you in my arms. I can hear your prayers, your burdens I will bear. But first I need your hands, and then forever can begin. Every day I sit and ask myself, where did love go wrong? Something whisper in my ear and say, you are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far apart, always in my heart. You are not alone. If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. The nights would be so long. With you I'll see forever, oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, felt this way before. Our dreams are young and we both know they'll take us where we want to go. Touch me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you.
him how much I love you. I never asked for more of your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. If the road ahead is not so easy, love will lead the way for us. Like a shining star, I'll be there for you only if you need me. You'll never have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are. So come with me and share the view. I hope you see forever too. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't wanna live without you. I never asked for more than your love. My love for you.
She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving. You know, cover girls ain't nothing. She says beauty is pain and it's beauty in everything. With a little bit of hunger, I can go a little while longer. She fades away. She don't see her perfect. She don't understand. She's worth it. Your thigh beauty goes deeper than the surface. Oh, oh. To all the girls that's hurting, be alright. I can see a little bit clearer. The light that shines within. Beautiful just the way you are.
No, that was extremely marvelous. I think as they descend off the stage, we can give them another round of applause. And that was just an immaculate example of what I meant when I said Queens College students, girls and boys alike, exceptionally talented outside of their classrooms as well. They sing, they dance, they play sports, and it's just all around excellence from the minute they enter these doors and from the time they leave afterwards as well. So thank you to our QC choir, students and teachers alike. Before we proceed with the next item on the program, I would just like to now the presence of the Honorable Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vindya Prasad, who was a student of Queen's College from 1983 to 1990, and a fellow Weston Houser. I, for one, am a little bit biased, of course, to Weston House, having been in sports in Weston House, doing all field events and my 400, 800 track events. So I still think Weston House is the best house. Nobody fight me, please. Listen. Weston House, you can't be letting the other houses do all this. When I say Weston House is the best house, you're supposed to be cheering it on. All right. We'll see about the competition next sports time and when y'all have your other inter-house events. But Weston House, I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at you. We gotta maintain a legacy, okay? Now, we turn our attention at this moment to the very reason we are here celebrating today. As mentioned previously by Ms. Cave and Ms. Isles, we do have some persons, some alumni from the 1975 cohort of girls present today. These girls who walked through the doors of Queen's College in 1975, 50 years ago, paving the way for generations to come. It is our honor to invite to the stage 7 of the first cohort of girls to walk these halls, to be presented with a bouquet of flowers each by our grade 7 boys. This handover, I think, represents the new generation of QC students expressing gratitude for the foundation that these women have laid. Now, I would like to invite one by one, so I will call an individual name for one of the first girls to attend Queen's College. She will be presented with her bouquet by the first grade 7 boy, and I will ask that you remain on stage until all 7 women have received their bouquets so we can have a group photo as well. So firstly, I would like to invite to the stage Miss Yvonne Nelson Eastman. I would now like to ask Miss Kathleen Enrico to come to the stage. Now, Miss Margot Ford. Now, Miss Menezes. Menez? Sorry. I'd now like to invite Miss Suzanne Blair. Miss Christine Thompson. All right, I don't think she's here. Dr. Ruth Bernard Quaco. QC students, let's give a grand round of applause for these women. We can stand. If we can have somebody now lead these lovely ladies to their seats. You can have your seats. Thank you very much. And thank you, our 1975 cohort of women, for leaving a wonderful legacy for us girls who also walk these halls after you. Thank you so much. All right, so we're just gonna get one quick photo with the boys who handed over the bouquets and our cohort as well. Photographers, videographers, are we good to go? Yes, all right. So if we can just have the lovely ladies and our presenters of bouquets step down on stage. Thank you so much once again, ladies, and thank you to our boys as well. Now, we spoke the language of music earlier with 3 beautiful renditions by the QC Choir, and now we will be speaking the language of movement, a universal form of expression that speaks to the soul and gets your feet in the audience moving. Please put your hands together as we welcome the Allure Dance Troupe for a dance on stage. A wonderful dance tribute for this golden celebration.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or girl. Ooh, see, man made the car to take us over the road. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat by the water like Noah made the ark. This is a man, but it won't mean nothing, nothing. About the little bitty baby girl and our baby boys. Man makes them happy, 'cause man make them toys. And after man did everything, everything he can, you know the man makes that money to buy from other men. Oh, it's a man's world, but it won't mean nothing without a woman or girl. He's alive in the wilderness. He's alive in bitterness. Oh, he's lost. He's lost. He's lost. He's lost without a woman. Without a woman. He need a woman. He need a woman. Hey. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown, over serving the hypocrites, mingle with the good people we meet. Good friends we have and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Said I remember when we used to sit in a government yard in Trenchtown, and then Georgie will make the fire light, as it were, dogwood burning through
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright. So woman, don't cry, cry. No, woman, no, 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 woman, don't cry, don't cry. No, woman, don't cry. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you back from outer space. I just popped in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now, girl, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Once you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye, you think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna sour. I'm gonna work hard. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent oh so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna sour. I'm gonna work hard. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm in heaven. You thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision. You thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. You thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on time. Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work hard. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Survivor. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give. And I'm surviving. I will survive. I will survive. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. We will survive. I will survive.
Let's hear this again for the Allure Dance Troupe. That certainly was an alluring performance. And I definitely concur. The world is nothing without a woman or a girl. And girls, I do want to remind you that we are strong, we are resilient, and we are survivors. So I do think those were beautiful choices for songs for that troupe to dance to. Now, for the next item, we'll hear remarks from a proud alumnus of Queen's College and someone who continues to contribute to the success of our wider Queen's College community. Mr. Devendra Kassoon is an accomplished attorney and businessman and currently serves as president of the Queen's College Old Students Association. He is managing partner of London House Chambers and president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Guyana. His continued commitment to leadership, mentorship, and excellence truly reflects the Queen's College spirit. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Devendra Kassoon.
Thank you very much, Mistress of Ceremonies. All protocols having been observed. In addition, to welcome, for those of you that don't know us here, came late, Minister Priya Manachan, Minister Vindhya Prasad. We welcome Justice Debra Kumar, Minister Keona Griffith, and Minister Onij Waldron. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here this morning. Mistress of Ceremonies, a QC old girl, we're so proud of you. Thank you so much. And for those of you that don't know too, besides the students that were on stage being QC students, current students, the leader of the troupe was teacher Jennings, who is the teacher that has taught these remarkable students, he being remarkable himself. Distinguished guests, esteemed alumni, dedicated faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the brilliant students of Queen's College. I'm speaking to you so you guys can take a round of applause for yourselves, the brilliant students of Queen's College. It's an honor for me to stand before you here today. I attended Queen's College, what I thought was recently, and now it's a prehistoric age, from 1988 to 1995. And I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with each and every one of you to celebrate 50 years of girls at Queen's College. As you know, Queen's College was founded in 1844, and it was a school for boys, through no fault of anything other than the administrative regime in the world at that time. For more than a century, it was an institution that educated young men who would go on to be leaders, scholars, and nation builders. But it was not until around 1975 that this great institution opened its doors to girls. A decision that would not only change the history of Queen's College, but would forever enrich the tapestry of its legacy. It's difficult to imagine Queen's College today without the vibrant presence, the intellectual firepower, and the exceptional contributions of its female students and alumni. Just by a point of reference, one such alumni is Miss Pauline Chase. Pauline, if she's around, we have to thank Pauline for putting this together. She has worked tirelessly. She has worked tirelessly to make this program a success, all to give each and every one of us a sense of identity, a sense of place. And herself, she looks no different from when she went to school with me at that time. Thank you so much, Pauline, but an accomplished female alumni. And the purpose of this is to give all of us inspiration, to show everyone here what the possibilities are. In the last 5 decades, the girls at Queen's College have not just participated, they have excelled, they have led, and they have transformed what this school represents. The early years were not without challenges. Girls entering with what was then a traditionally male environment had to prove themselves time and time again, and prove themselves. They shattered expectations. They claimed their places not just as guests, but as rightful members of this prestigious family. Since then, the girls of Queen's College have gone on to distinguish themselves in every imaginable field and in all spheres of life, from science, medicine, law, education, business, politics, arts, public service. There are also women who have not sought the public eye and have quietly excelled diligently, shaping industries, nurturing families, building communities, and uplifting this nation. One such person is my wife, who went to school with me also from 88 to 95, a former Queen's College old girl. But the story about Queen's College and the girls of Queen's College are not just about individual, which are great. You will see a few outside in the hall. It's what this institution has become because of the women and girls at Queen's College. Queen's College is a place today where excellence is not limited by gender. It's a place where collaboration, mutual respect, and diversity of thought thrive. And it's much stronger because of this. As we celebrate, we honor not just the girls who entered the gates in 1975, but every girl who has walked these halls since. We honor their courage, their brilliance, and their determination. More than that, we reaffirm our commitment to be ever an all-inclusive learning institution, empowering all students to become greater than they could ever possibly imagine. May this celebration remind us that this is an evolution of an institution, which evolution is its greatest strength. And that tradition does not mean exclusion, but rather the ability to grow and embrace change while upholding excellence. On behalf of the Queen's College All Students Association, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here, each and every one of you for participating, and most of all, to extend our deepest gratitude to the women that paved our way to make a name of Queen's College where it is today. Those persons are not limited to the students of Queen's College, to the female teachers that nurtured us, to the persons at home that participated, the mothers that came to Queen's College, to every single person that walked these hallowed halls to give a student a chance at a better life. On behalf of the association, we thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. You know, when I was sitting in the halls, like the students who are currently in attendance, we would attend this and hear these speeches and not really pay attention. But the purpose of this, for those of you that are listening, we hope that you're all inspired by this rich legacy that we share. And may you know that regardless of your gender, you have the to leave your mark on Queen's College, Guyana, and the world at large. Thank you, and happy 50th anniversary to the girls of Queen's College. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kissoon, for your remarks and for acknowledging the presence of our minister. I would like to mention, I did for Minister Vindhya, that Minister Walrond is also a QCO student, having attended the college from 1988 to 1990. Herself, Ministers Vindhya and Priya, are honored in our exhibition outside with numerous other women who are leading their respective fields as well. So, girls, do you see how many female ministers we have who've come from this college? Who knows, in some years, that could even be one of you. So they definitely do leave a lot for us to strive towards. Now, following in the spirit of reflection, we now have a spoken word tribute, but by two of our own sisters and current students, Dolly Ann and Danielle Holder. Please join me in welcoming them.
She is the revolution. She walks in like the sun remembered its purpose, like the moon bowed its head and said, "Go ahead, queen, I was only keeping your throne warm." She is not soft because she bends. She bends because she knows she won't break. Her roots run deep, generations deep. Women whose names were whispered through clenched teeth and sacred prayers. She carries them all. The dreamers, the doers, the silenced, the survivors, stitched in her spine like a hymn that hums, "You are enough. You've always been enough." When she speaks, her words don't ask for permission. They arrive. They sit heavy in the room and everything lesser makes way. She doesn't compete. She creates. She doesn't chase crowns. She forges them, melts her pain into gold with the ease of someone who has already earned her peace. And when the world calls her too much, she smiles, because too much is exactly what made oceans overflow and mountains rise. She is the revolution they tried to silence. The reminder that grace can be beauty, that love is power, that softness is not surrender, it's strategy. So here's to her, to us, to the women who walk like whole galaxies in motion, unfolding light in places darkness thought it owned. We are not waiting to be crowned. We are the crown. And the world is finally learning our name.
You know, throughout this entire program, numerous times I've sat in my seat and I've just felt my body become overcome with goosebumps. That was a wonderful word piece. And just, you know, of our students and these girls in particular, Dolly Ann and Danielle Holder, that was an original piece. So I think we can give them another round of applause. I believe that piece truly captured the strength and grace and legacy of women, women who have graced these halls. 1975, women who have graced these halls in years past, and the women who will be coming out of the institution, your girls now, soon enough, in a few years. So thank you, Danielle and Dolly Ann. I hope you continue to nurture your craft because that was exceptional. Now, the next item is our feature address, and it is my absolute honor to introduce our featured speaker, a woman whose journey began right here at Queen's College in 1987 and concluded in 1992. Our speaker today is a proud alumna who has dedicated her career to public service and to empowering others through education and leadership. After her studies in law at the University of Guyana and the Hugh Wooding Law School, she went on to serve Guyana with distinction. She was appointed to cabinet in 2006 as Minister of Human Services. She later served as Minister of Education, and now she holds the portfolio of Minister of Local Government and Regional Development. Please join me in welcoming for our feature address, the Honorable Minister Priya Manikchand.
Thank you kindly for that very warm reception. I can always count on you here. And now you know why you'll always have my heart. All of you in here, all of you to come, and even after you leave here. Head teacher, deputies, Ministry of Education staff, the first girls who walked these halls, parents, our invitees, and most of all, our students, good morning. This is a really special day for us here at Queen's. This is a really special time for the country because it is actually a countrywide celebration of girls being allowed to be educated with boys and vice versa, co-educational, the change that moved us to co-ed institutions. So I have titled this, on the advice of a 15-year-old who is in this audience, Queen's College, the one the world sees, the one we know, and the one we are to imagine and realize. Queen's College is a school aimed for and coveted by many, by most. On the coastland and deep in the hinterland, the dream by pupil and parent alike is to get QC at NGSA. This college has been seen not only here in Guyana, but across the Caribbean for a long time now as the top school, and it lives up to its reputation. Scholars derive from here. Leaders in every field emerge from here. We win debates and sporting activities, some. And we have chess champions and environmental champions. We have our own newspaper, now Licked Alive. It's online and regularly updated. And we host teams on our field. The first top CSEC student from Guyana, Mohalani Chatardeo, who is here and happens to be female, who's mounted on the wall, hailed from Queen's College. And her very handsome nephew, also brilliant, I'm not just seeing his face, is at Queen's College right now, Abigail Chatardeo. The first top Cape student from Guyana hailed from Queen's College, and he was Cecil Cox in 2015. Mohalani was in 1997. Judges of the Supreme Court, Justice Priya Sunarayan Bihari, Justice Deborah Kumar Chetty, who is with us today, Justice Cheryl Isaacs, Justice Amila Ali, Justice Priscilla Chandra Hanif. Those are our female judges of the Supreme Court. And of course, we have Justice Peter Hugh and our very own Chief Justice Navindra Singh, whose children are in this school today, Anushka and Naveen. And I saw Anushka here. I believe Naveen might also be here. Ministers of the government have come from this school. Vindhya Prasad, Dr. Vindhya Prasad, who's with us, sitting next to the inimitable Mrs. Roller, Minister Onej Walrun, and I myself walked these corridors and sat in these classrooms. Authors, professors, doctors, scientists, renowned throughout the world, have matriculated from this very college. Our current Director of Budget, Sonia Rupnaut, sat in these classrooms, learned at this school. This is the school the world sees as having it all, as being fully resourced and staffed and outfitted, we know differently, and being the epitome of a good, sound, and solid education. And in many respects, this isn't untrue. That is the Queen's College the world sees. What is the Queen's College we know? We too know of the world, the one the world knows. But we also know of free periods that allow us to get to know one another better because teachers didn't turn up. We know of the toilets that don't work. We know that the cleaners have nowhere to sit between cleaning. That's gonna change with the new block. We know that up to recently, our TVET building was cracked in half. We know that we had the space for one, but no field for a while. And we know of the ugly underbelly where the weak can be left behind because someone, many times an adult, is insensitive to their weakness or what is perceived as their weakness. We know of the child who travels from or Rosignol, given no quarters in their academic journey and no accommodation for extracurricular after-school engagements because they have a bus to catch. And we know of the children who live in the dorm who were penalized for not finishing their coursework on time, although it was their guardian, the state, who didn't get the material they needed. We know of a school that produces people while they're attending or when they have left, whose main aim is to kiss up. I could say it, I'm no longer education minister. Whose main aim is to kiss ass. And preserve the status quo. Who live and use their privilege, and it is a privilege to come here to make sure others don't get, others can't pass, others don't reach, to make sure their duty is to exclude rather than include. We know of that QC too. 50 years ago, when our school became a co-educational, did they cut me off? 50 years ago, probably because I used that word. 50 years ago, when our school became a co-educational institution, along with other schools in the country, there must have been big dreams and hopes for all who would attend, but particularly for the girls. Imagine a world, and I'm asking you now as boys and girls, imagine a world where girls were only trained or only taught in school to be nice, only taught to have good manners, only taught to be domesticated, and only taught to be good wife material. Where they did not have the opportunity to dream to be, let alone train to be, scientists and lawyers, businesswomen and leaders and doctors. Where they could not publicly hold and or express opinions. That was the world of our girls and women not so long ago. To make educational facilities co-educational, to allow boys and girls to be educated equally, was the beginning of a revolution. A revolution that saw gain for our girls here at Queen's, for our girls all over Guyana, and that has seen the perpetuation of that gain. It was a revolution for our boys also, because honestly, we complement each other. You as boys could never be the best you can be if you aren't challenged by the girls in your midst. if the girls aren't allowed to bring to the table their opinion, their contribution, their perspectives, you wouldn't be as whole. So this was a revolutionary move in a time when our culture and sociological underpinnings wouldn't have made it easy for the policymakers to introduce, for parents to accept, and perhaps even for children to embrace. Boys were going to mix with girls. Oh my good Lord. So let us take a moment to acknowledge all those policymakers and their cheerleaders who in 1975, September, led this change for us all. We celebrate them, but for leading that change and for the women who stay with us now, who are with us now, who led that change and participated in that change, and on whose shoulders we now stand, we thank you immensely and wholeheartedly. Because of that change, our school has grown. In fact, we now have a head teacher, Mrs. Donna Isles, and 3 deputies, Mrs. Candace Cave, Ms. Jaya Shreet Ramlagan, and Ms. Samantha Liverpool, who are all women. And I happen to know a tiny thing about how that happened. Coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, maybe it was deliberate, it was an alumna who was Minister of Education, that would be me, when the entire school inside and out was repainted, a new TVET building was built, a new 6th form block was constructed, a new art room, a new music room were constructed, where they're still being constructed, although they're not yet finished. A much improved agricultural plot was done. The teachers' quarters at the back were fully refurbished. Bleachers on the field were built, and our field was up and running. This auditorium was AC'd, and to top it all off, we now have a new western block going up, complete with classrooms, library space, and modern sanitation facilities. I hope this will be followed by a new eastern block with a wing that connects the 2 blocks. We have an active Old Students Association with chapters across the world, a robust alumni association, PTA, and board. And not to make a fine point of it, but this very celebration of this college being 50 years as a coeducational institution underpins how lucky we all are at Queen's College, given the fact that many other schools right now in Guyana are in the same position, but without the same celebration. And for that, I thank Pauline Chase, our organizer extraordinaire, and her team. And so I want you to hear me. There are many other schools in Guyana who are celebrating 50 years of who are observing 50 years of coeducational learning, but they don't have this recognition of those who came before that you could participate in and take cognizance of when you are thinking of the shoulders on who you stand and of your duty in perpetuating and having that prevail, not only in your personal lives, but in the country's life and in the college's life. As I close, I ask you, what is the college we would like to see? What is the QC we would like to see? What human product should leave here? What is the training ground on this campus that we are to imagine, that we're to realize? I'd like to see a college that trains girls and boys who grow into women and men who understand that with great privilege and the great privilege of attending this college, comes a great duty to be responsible socially, politically, and in every other sense. To be responsible to yourself, to those who attend or attended the college, and particularly to those who didn't get to come here. People, young and in school and older, who have left school, who understand that their duty to speak up for and on behalf of themselves and others with honesty and conviction, even when that means speaking back to authority figures whose actions or policies are bigoted or unjust or harmful. And I'm not speaking necessarily of your teachers. I'm speaking of any authority that stifles the natural growth that Guyana needs and deserves. I want to see a college where students and alumni have the courage to speak up and lead by holding people and leaders accountable regardless of the consequences or perceived consequences. I'd like to see a college who trains its students and students who receive that training and understand that training to look out for those who came here and particularly for those who did not come here, to push for a better society, a better country. That is the Queen's College I would like to be fully realized. That is the Queen's College we must imagine and make happen. That is the Queen's College modern day Guyana needs. Fidelis, Rubiki, Utilis, always. Faithful and useful everywhere, always. I love you all. God bless you all.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that heartfelt and truly inspiring address. Now, I just want to quickly just reference one thing. Students, the world that Minister mentioned where girls and women are seen as nothing more than wives and mothers still exists in some parts of the world and in some parts of Guyana. So I want you to remember those that fought before you, those who continue to fight for you now to change that. And I want you to remember that this fight, it doesn't end with those before you. It continues with you and with those who will come after you. These women, and of course we had Minister Griffith here as well. So these men and women who have fought to make changes in our systems to allow women and girls to thrive will continue to fight. But you will one day take up those positions to make the changes for those to come after you. So when you look at these men and women, I want you to see the change that they can effect. I want you to see real and effective leadership. I want you to see yourselves in them, because as I mentioned before, one day that can be you. So my ode to you all, students, is to continue to fight for betterment for our women, our girls, and our boys, and to continue to fight for change for the better, for Guyana as a whole and our people in general. Now, our program is coming to an end, and I would like to now invite for closing remarks the immediate past president of the Queen's College Old Students Association and distinguished attorney at law, a woman who is no stranger to the Queen's College students and family, having attended from 1988 to 1993, and she just made a face at me, but you would not guess. You'd guess she graduated probably after I did in 2015. The woman who, as Mr. Gassoon said, is largely responsible for the seamless execution of today's observation. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Pauline Chase.
Thank you. Queens College family, can you hear me? No, you can't hear me? Microphone? Can you hear me now? No? Better now? Nobbs House, can you hear me? Very good. Mistress of Ceremonies, if you'll please permit me to adopt the protocols already established. Now, leading up to this event, which was done in partnership with the school and the Queens College Old Students Association, we heard the question being asked, why celebrate 50 years of girls at Queens College? What's so special or what's so important about that? Well, other than we like to party, the answer is twofold. First, it was not so long ago that women were not able to vote or own property in their own right, believe it or not. And this was only remedied shortly before independence in 1966. This was remedied in the early 1950s. And there are still places in this world where girls are segregated from boys for learning opportunities. Therefore, I propose, and I'm sure that you would agree with me, that the fact that girls entered what was historically a boys' school for over a century and held their own, as articulated by our honorable minister, and as the exhibition we're about to unveil will show, is indeed something worth acknowledging, celebrating, and commemorating, would you not say? And if another reason is needed, the second reason is that it is important for record keeping. Records are not there to be boastful, but to be inspirational and aspirational. And what this exercise has unfortunately taught us is that our records and record keeping at the college are not of the best, and in some instances, non-existent. Large gaps exist, and we often depend on people's memory, which is not always reliable. We therefore must do better, and we shall. QCOSA will recommence the publication with the school, we've discussed this, of the Queens College magazine, which will be an annual publication, which will set out the records of the college for that academic year, so that in another 50 years, you don't have the headache that we did of finding people and finding records. And we are therefore deeply grateful to the alumni who answered our call and submitted their information for us to compose this exhibition we're unveiling today. As we stated in our media launch in July, we could not possibly know everyone or for over the past 50 years and their achievements, coupled with record-keeping challenges, and therefore we depended on the information submitted to us. So we thank you very much for doing so. We're also very deeply grateful to our sponsors and supporters, without whom none of this would at all have been possible. It calls for money, and we're thankful for those who opened their checkbooks so willingly and so readily. We like that. To ENET, Nabi Construction, Alumna, Dr. Paloma Mohammed, London House Chambers, Balloon Moods, which is a business owned by an alumna, Nadine, Tons of Fun, alumna Trina, Dundas, E-Magic, Subby Sandwich Shop and Cafe, another alumna, Prita Mangar, David Passard Investments, and we have Chris Passard with us this morning, an alumnus, Maggie's Catering, and we have alumnus Cindy Birdsmith with us, Banks DIH Limited, and the Honorable Minister Sonia Parag and the Ministry of Education. Thank you. Thank you also to Perception Inc. of alumnus Ajay Bash, who worked so tirelessly to fabricate and construct the exhibition. And I understand that he has been scandalously going around telling people that I'm the reason, and this exhibition is the reason that he doesn't have hair anymore. Ajay, can you please stand up? Let me set the record straight. Ajay has not had hair in years. It has nothing to do with me. To the principal and vice principal. So if you see a bald head man running around, it's Ajay Bash, and it has nothing to do with me. To the principal and vice principals, the teachers of Queen's College, thank you for your unending support of QCOSA and our activities, for always facilitating and supporting our ideas, our projects, our programs. Thank you. Your support is invaluable, and we appreciate it, and we value it. You do not have to do what you do. We know this. So it is clear that you do so because of your love for the students and your dedication to this college. And that is irreplaceable, and we thank you at QCOSA from the bottom of our heart. To the State Society and Lictor Live, who carried us through these proceedings this morning, and Mr. Mohammed Nasir, thank you very much, sir, and students. And to my fellow alumna and colleague at the bar, and my friend, the Honorable Priya Manachan, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, please accept not only mine, but QCOSA and the college's heartfelt thank you for not only your support in sponsoring this exhibition, as you would see, but for your ardent support of Queen's College. And for all that you do, I cannot list it, but for all that you do, thank you so very much. Please give her a round of applause. And if I can please invite her to the stage, just to accept, we cannot afford you, but we do have a small token of appreciation for you. If I can invite Mr. Christopher Belfield, our Vice President, to please present the Honorable Minister with a token of our appreciation. Minister. Thank you. And to our Mistress of Ceremonies, who has so eloquently taken us through today's proceedings. Ambika, alumna, thank you so very much. And if I can also invite you on stage for a small token of our appreciation. And this will be presented by our Public Relations Officer, alumna Casiana Odell. Now, before I leave the stage, my colleagues at QCOSA would be very upset with me if I did not do some shameless plugs. So this is the first event, as regards the schedule of events, this is the first event in a weekend of activities, which we're celebrating 50 years of Girls at Queen's College. Tomorrow, you have your activities at the college. I understand you have your classroom events and you have games after lunch. So do enjoy that, and alumni are welcome to come and partake in that and maybe play some games with the children. On Saturday, there's a panel discussion online. The sign-in or registration code is on our website and our Facebook page, and that has really been well put together by alumni Karen Wharton, Michelle Mickle Foster, Felicia DeSantis, and Dr. Amala luncheon. And it will be a really engaging discussion. And students and alumni, I encourage you to sign in online. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday. And on Sunday, we end with a tea party at Austin House. Tickets are still available in the alumni room. I think they have a few. And it's also online at potsalt.events. And that runs from 3 to 6 p.m. We have catering by Maggie's, decor by Tons of Fun. So the whole Queens College family is there, and it will be a lovely and wonderful event. I encourage you to attend. And lastly, we do have merch in the alumni room, so please feel free to visit and pick up your favorite merch. And I should mention that we now have alumnus scarves, and this shows what happens when you have women making decisions for women. For years, we've had alumni ties, no scarves, nothing comparable for women. And now at this 50th celebration, we are pleased to launch our alumna silk scarves. So in closing, to the students of Queens College, this exhibition is for you. We as alumni, we have already lived these experiences, and we share them with you so that you may know and learn from what came before, as articulated by the Honorable Minister. And as we will soon see from this exhibition, while QC girls have gone on to make their mark in just about every sphere in society, there is one post that we have not ascended to, a gap that has to be filled. And while Queens College holds the record of the most executive presidents of this country, they have all been QC boys. But I am confident, however, that this gap, this anomaly, will be remedied soon and in short order. Right, girls? We have some catching up to do. There are 4 ahead of us. So thank you all for indulging me. And let's have an enjoyable rest of the day and an enjoyable exhibition and an enjoyable weekend of celebrating 50 years of girls at Queens College. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Pauline, for those remarkable closing remarks. I'm sure you can see why this event was so well put together. Pauline is so well put together herself. You see it in her presentation and also in her appearance. Let's just give another round of applause for Pauline. Now, as we close today's program, after the next item, actually, I will provide some instructions on how to leave, but I just wanted to quickly insert that before people start to go out after the next item is concluded. So to end the program, I invite one of our students, Alexander Zhang, to the piano for our school song. I would like to ask that everybody stand so that we can finish with our school song. Now, Ms. Cave has told me that I need to lead it, but I'm just going to start it. And students, I expect you to continue it and finish strong, okay? All right. Please, I hope rain doesn't fall. It's a sunny day, but I apologize in advance if anything. Lode gratemur scolae nostrae conditur disinam juventudo et laboramoris capacitivi sanam. Thank you, everyone. I will invite the first 3 rows here in the aisle just in front of me to depart. We do have refreshments available outside, and we will invite the 3 rows to our ribbon cutting ceremony just under the stop.